President Biden, meanwhile, and congressional leaders say that they will plan to meet again this Friday. Joining me right now is Virginia Congressman, member of the House Appropriations, Budget, and Judiciary Committees, Ben Cline. Congressman, thanks very much for being here this morning. What is the House's next move now?
Well, the ball is in Biden's court and Chuck Schumer's court. We're waiting to see if they're willing to negotiate. You know, yesterday was just more of the same from President Biden. Unfortunately, it's his way or the highway. We stand ready to negotiate. We are the only body that's passed a bill, and so it's incumbent upon the Senate and the White House to come to the table.
Yeah, James Freeman in the Journal writes, Biden's ridiculous line in the sand. Just because the president's debt ceiling position is political and absurd does not mean it's not dangerous. And it is dangerous, as the Treasury Secretary says. The country runs out of money the first week in June. What would be a victory for the House? I mean, if you're not going to get everything that is in that bill that passed the House, would you be willing to agree to just clawing back the COVID-19 money and be done with it, raise the debt ceiling with that?
Well, the things that we included in the House bill are very popular with 70, 80% of the population. Work requirements for welfare, clawing back unspent COVID money. These are things that are common sense. So for Biden to say none of it can be in this bill, in contrary to his past statements about negotiating on the debt ceiling, it just doesn't make any sense. So this brinksmanship hurts the markets, it hurts working families, it hurts our ability to negotiate. We really need a fair process with the White House going forward. So that's what we're hoping we get, is White House engagement.
Adam Johnson, jump in here, because so far markets have not reacted negatively to this standoff. Do you think that's coming?
No, I don't. And I think the reason that markets haven't reacted negatively is the fact that there have been 74 debt increases since 1960. As the congressman knows, they always get it done. It's just a question of how, and sometimes it's ugly between now and then. But we've figured it out. The market has figured that out. Now we just want the details.
Yeah, I mean, are you expecting that we get the forced push to raise the debt ceiling on, Memorial Day weekend when everybody's about to go home, or July 4th? I mean, he's not going to move on concessions in terms of limit spending, the president claims.
Well, I'm talking to Democrats in the House who are pushing the administration to move. And so you're seeing behind the scenes Democrats starting to push this president, and I have a feeling he's going to be coming to the table very soon.
Well, we're also watching the Oversight Committee Chairman, your colleague James Comer. The White House is already attacking James Comer ahead of his press conference this morning on the alleged Biden family influence peddling. A spokesperson claims that Comer is leading a, quote, evidence-free, politically motivated investigation. As you know, the Judiciary Committee will release a report this week that contains testimony showing an active CIA official helping the Biden campaign gain signatures for the infamous letter discrediting the Biden laptop as Russian disinformation, Congressman. Where are you on that? And what about this influence peddling scheme that James Comer is going to tell us about today? Do you have evidence that, in fact, the president committed a crime?
Well, what we have is a report out of the Judiciary Committee, on which I also serve with Jim Jordan, and it's quite mind-blowing to know that CIA officials actually worked to get these intelligence agents signed onto a letter that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation. The FBI was involved in this as well, and so for our intelligence agencies to be weaponized like this against conservatives is truly disturbing. And so I know that James Comer is going to be laying out the evidence for the people, and we'll follow wherever the evidence leads.
All right, we will follow it as well. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks very much. Ben Cline joining us this morning.